Welcome back to Ink Drinkers Anonymous. Today we are discussing This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. Per usual, I went into this book pretty blind. I saw the cover and thought it reminded me of the Veldt. I think that is by Ray Bradbury. I'll have to look it up and also see what that cover looks like to see what I was thinking. Did anybody else read that in junior grade books in like middle or elementary school? I feel like we were probably too young to be reading that, but Lord knows. Like the Veldt, this taps into the uncanny fear of technology going awry. It's like the technology becomes a little bit too sentient, too intimate, and just like way too intertwined in our life. In the Veldt, I think they use a nursery to expose the family's fractures. And this book uses the Itza, which is like an Alexa, to expose grief, guilt, and maybe the things we try to outrun. The novel opens with our main character, Tiago, at his wife Vera's funeral. And it's framed as a second-person narrative, like kind of a letter or a conversation to Vera from Tiago. It's really intimate and almost feels voyeuristic a little bit. Like we shouldn't be hearing these thoughts, but we are, and they're devastating. The structure does two really smart things. It locks us inside of Tiago's grief. You're not watching him mourn. You're inside the storm with him. And it destabilizes the narrative from page one. When somebody is speaking to the dead, reality is already a little suspicious. And it kind of primes us for everything that comes next in the book. One of the most powerful motifs in this book is Tiago's sense of not belonging. He's not Mexican enough to be fully accepted by Vera's family. And it feels like he's not choosing the right condo for them. He's not choosing the right life for them. And that lingering everyday alienation is the perfect soil for the horror to root itself in. He's haunted by identity, expectation, and a lot of guilt. It's like the horror doesn't interrupt the grief. It grows out of the grief. The tech horror is so relatable, especially today, that it's like scarier than a haunted house. We're so used to smart devices being such a part of our everyday life that when one goes rogue, your brain kind of goes to worst case scenario. Why is this happening? Orders arrive that no one placed. Music starts playing on its own. There's suddenly cold spots in the house, scratching in the walls. They are classic haunting elements, but they're placed in a modern urban setting. And the supernatural, you can't really distinguish it from a glitchy algorithm. It's very much like the Veldt that way. The technology becomes a mirror reflecting all of the things that are broken within the home. The book really shifts dramatically when Tiago leaves Chicago and goes to Colorado. That's when the supernatural and the cosmic kind of really takes over. It's when you start asking, is this supernatural? Is this psychological? Is it maybe even cosmic interference? Or is grief simply powerful enough to completely distort Tiago's reality? This is written intentionally this way. You're not supposed to have solid footing. We are spiraling alongside Tiago. The approach to cosmic horror here isn't just for shock value. It becomes a metaphor for how grief does distort things. It distorts time, it distorts memory, it distorts identity, and expands beyond the boundary of yourself. There's a sense that once Vera has died, the universe becomes unrecognizable to Tiago. It's like reality itself is malfunctioning. I feel like cosmic horror often says the universe is large and different, it's hostile. And grief says the exact same thing. The ambiguity at the ending is like a secret sauce that just made this book maybe even 4.5 stars for me. The last quarter gives you like little shards, little pieces of the bigger picture. You see patterns, you see what's happening, but Moreno never fully discloses everything, and I think that's, again, kind of the point. Grief is not tidy, and the ending to this book is not tidy. The confusion is the point. You're supposed to feel unsteady. You're supposed to sit with the discomfort. You don't get to know the whole truth. I think if you read I'm Thinking of Ending Things and liked it, you would probably like this. Again, this is a little bit more cosmic. It doesn't really enter sci-fi, even though it's got technology. But they're kind of horror in the same vein. If you want more deep dives into books that haunt me emotionally, and metaphysically. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the chaos.